My name is Dennericka Brooks. I'm a staff attorney at the Legal Assistance Foundation, and I have worked here for 4 years. Right now I specialize in housing law, so I'm in the housing practice group and we deal primarily with subsidized housing. Prior to this I was a generalist. I did a little bit of everything. I had family law, unemployment law, housing law, some consumer related cases.
Dennericka is one of the attorneys that you can really go to with a variety of questions that you may have depending on the subject area, because I said she is very well-rounded and she has very good judgment.
She's just a real pleasure to work with, and even though I was her direct supervisor for 2 years, there were times that I felt that I was learning a lot from Dennericka. I had more years of legal experience, but Dennericka has instincts as a poverty lawyer.
I grew up on the south side of Chicago, living below the poverty level myself. So I know exactly what it's like to not know where your next meal is coming from, or have to deal with a landlord that won't take care of your unit, to not have heat in the winter time. So I've just always wanted to serve people and help people because I know what they have experienced. I was born and raised in Chicago. I grew up in the Roseland neighborhood. I went to Grinnell College in Grinnell, Iowa, and Loyola University School of Law. When I was at Loyola, I did a children and family law program. I was a child law fellow and worked with the Civitas Child Law Center, and I wanted to be able to do something that could impact families on a larger scale, and LAF is the place to do that. LAF really was my dream job because I knew that I could come here, get a great experience, and do a lot of hands-on litigation and case handling.
Dennericka and I worked together on a guardianship case. It's actually ongoing, and I had the opportunity to see Dennericka in action in court. And it was a really tough case, continues to be a very, very tough case. And Dennericka just absolutely knocked it out in her closing statement. I was so impressed by the work that she did. I mean, she's such a natural. She was so convincing and authoritative. She was amazing to watch.
And she's just a natural advocate in the courtroom. She's got such presence, and she's so comfortable, and she's so persuasive. Everybody knows that she really is, I think, one of our most naturally talented courtroom advocates.
I think sometimes people forget to humanize others, or forget that things happen in other people's lives, and people that are low income tend to be more vulnerable, and they have to go through a lot of red tape to keep everything intact.
I'm just so glad to have her as a colleague, and my great fear is that we might someday lose her to somebody who's able to pay her a decent salary. But luckily, I think Dennericka finds this work very satisfying. So I hope we can convince her to stay. I just want her to keep doing for as long as she's willing to the outstanding work that she's been doing for us since she got here.
I have to say that I think LAF does great work. I think there is a large, committed, and dedicated staff here that is really out to help our communities. I've learned from some of the greatest, and I continue to learn from them. So at this point, we just go forward and we try to do larger cases and do some real impact litigation.